Welcome to Talk Dirt to Me, where two farmers shatter myths and take on the top issues facing America's farmers. Here's your hosts, Logan and Bobby Lee.
What's up?
Another good evening to everyone out there, and good morning to our Australian listeners.
Yep,
You know?
It's been raining its ass off.
In Australia?
Probably not. I don't think they get a lot of rain either.
Good day, mates.
Good day. Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
That's right.
No, it definitely ain't been raining. It ain't ever gonna rain again. I'm like,
Here? Oh, yeah. That's what I saw Matt had posted, Matt Griggs. I think he said a half inch or less than a half inch in the last 37 days.
yeah.
I was like, I hadn't kept up with it like he does, but I was like, I bet at my house I'm less than a quarter inch. Like it just absolutely has not rained.
Yep. Oh yeah,
It quit.
It did. That was my fear. I mean, that's been my fear. Which I was out here the other day burning boxes, and it started sprinkling. And Emerson and Levi were outside. This may have been Monday or Tuesday.
I think it was Monday because somebody told me, like, man, it rained for like 30 seconds.
Yep. It was that scenario where they say the devil's beating his wife. It was sunning and raining.
I saw where somebody used that term, and they're like, apparently this is a term in the South. I'm like, I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
No.
Oh, yeah. I've used it several times. Emerson was like, what does that mean? And I'm like,
Where does that come from?
I don't know, but that's when it's sunny and raining, it's the devil's beating his wife. But really, it ought to be like Jesus is beating his wife.
Except Jesus wouldn't do that.
And he didn't have a wife, and he wouldn't
right.
beat it. But yeah, the devil's beating his wife. I figured you'd heard that.
Jesus only beats sin and death.
He beats sin and death. That's right. And the tax collectors or not the tax collectors, the people in the temple that were selling.
Yeah, the money exchangers and whatnot. Yeah.
But yeah, I told Emerson because she was like, "Yeah, it's raining, Daddy, it's raining," and I'm like, "It ain't gonna rain." I said, "It's not even." I said, "It's just playing games with me. It ain't gonna do nothing."
I had a meeting Monday night, and one of the people there lives right in town. They're like, "Yeah, it rained in Munford today," and I looked at her. I was like, "No, it didn't."
It's like your term of rain and our term is very different.
Well, it didn't rain, and Munford is a very small town for our non-local listeners, and it's I was like, it didn't rain in our office, and we're like right on the edge of town, but still in the city limits. Like, yeah, we're as a crow flies, probably not a mile from where she lives, and no, it may have rained, air quotes.
A raindrop may have actually fallen from the sky and landed on the ground there, but
which I checked the drought monitor today because I was like, I wonder if we're starting to show up or not. Which they redo it once a week. I have to see.
Was it just because?
I was like, good Lord, I don't know how we couldn't be.
Oh, neither. It's dry as a popcorn fart.
I mean, it like bad dry. Hey, I'm doing my part. I got hay all over the ground.
Oh, and that's what I put up my post on Facebook. Like, all right, guys, it's time let's start praying for some rain. Trying to recruit all the prayer warriors on the rain because it's brutal, man. It is. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the map that was released today, and I guess they redo it every Tuesday. So it's valid from the 5th.
We're still not in a drought?
Not according to not the U.S. Drought Monitor.
Well.
You don't have to get too far from here, like south of us, and they show up as just like...
barely.
Whatever, the abnormally dry.
Yeah.
But,
well... I don't know, man. It's dry. I've been watering pretty much every day at the farm store, watering the pumpkins, and I got to alternate and water the corn, and then even our wildflower patch, been watering it. When we finish recording tonight, I got to run down there. Actually, don't let me forget to do that.
Well, you can also remind me, I got to go pick up my dogs.
All right, let me make us both a note here.
Yeah, one of y'all remind us.
Call in. Dogs, water.
We had ball practice tonight, shocker, and I had to go straight from the office to the ball field. So obviously it's too hot to leave the dogs in the truck. And
why?
Well, I guess I could have left it running, but
they'd have been real quiet after we got done recording.
Well, and then I was like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that takes my dog up there. Like, I don't know. I love my dog. I want my dog to be everywhere with me, but like, and again, apologies to people who do this, but anyway, I kind of think you're an asshole. Not speaking about anybody in particular, but when you take your dog to like public places where it's kind of technically not supposed to be, the people who do that usually have the worst behaved dogs.
Yeah.
But they think they have the best behaved dogs.
Yeah. Man, this is why we do this podcast. We're just like on the same brain length, like brain wave here, because I'll be honest, I don't even really like it if I go to an event and somebody else comes to that event and they bring their dog.
No, like the restaurants have a patio because you can take your dog. I'm like, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, just leave your dog at home.
I promise you, especially certain dogs that I've had, there's no chance you're more attached to your dog than I have been to some of mine. I mean, maybe. Some people are really psycho. I've had some dogs that are excellently well behaved. I would never, in my wildest dreams, take them and put them in that setting.
No.
People who, like Home Depot and stuff, where I guess it's allowed, I'm like, yeah, only assholes do that.
It's so weird to me.
Apologies to anybody. I mean, if you're an asshole, I'm sorry.
Well, and they, I get kind of tickled. I mean, I think the emotional support aspect of the dog gets overdone.
I think if you have a pet dog, it is an emotional support animal. Like, unless it is a working dog, like, a police dog, a hunting dog.
Yeah.
And there are some medically trained dogs, like for people with,
that'll faint diabetes. And they got to be like chest compression. They got a dog that'll start doing the chest
but people
compression.
like with epilepsy, they can sense it coming on. Sometimes diabetic. Sometimes for people like or autistic kids, obviously CNI dogs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like the people that just get it slapped on their emotional support animal, I have to keep a straight face on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like with people, I'm like, my dog is my emotional support animal. You're damn right. Like, I love her. Like, she keeps me company when I'm driving down the road. Like, whatever, when my wife's out of town and kids are gone, like, I can sit there on the couch and I'm not lonely.
Yeah.
Like, that is the definition of a pet dog.
That's the whole point.
The fact that yours has a little vest that it wears that you ordered off Amazon does not make it special.
Yeah. Agreed. Before we get too deep.
Yeah, sorry. We're going on all kinds of rants.
No, hey, and I'm with you. Before we get in too deep, though, we need you to do a couple of things. Actually, we need you to do 3 things this time. First, we need you to hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. Also, leave us 5-star ratings on Spotify and Apple and Audible if you're listening on there. Anywhere you watch, and Rumble as well. But I want you to share it. My ask of you all is to just take 5 seconds, hit share, and just send a link of this to one friend. Like, I wish every one of you would just send it to one person and just spread it a little bit. And then we also need you to do what?
Visit agzaga.com, check out all the good stuff, put at least $50 in your shopping cart, use the discount code TALKDIRT20. It's going to take $20 off that order.
Yep.
You're also going to get free shipping. Yeah, like I was just mentioning, I got a bunch of hay on the ground. Be using some of their Bale Tough Bale Net Wrap, the American flag, the Freedom Net Wrap.
Yes.
Here just in a few days. If it gets rained on, that'll be okay.
Well, and if it gets rained on and your boots get real muddy, you'll be in luck because you'll have gone to Tractor Mat. Is it just tractormat.com?
Yeah, tractormat.com. Actually, that is exactly the mat that I have in my baling tractor.
There you go.
Which I guess if it's muddy, I'm probably not baling. But
no, that would probably.
It'll come. It's going to come in really handy this winter when I'm feeding hay with that same tractor. But yeah.
And you're not going to be a dummy, and you would use the code TALKDIRT and save yourself 15% off of that order.
Yeah, I think a lot of our audience is going to be really impressed with that product when they get a chance to try it out.
I do too. Because man, I told y'all I've got one in my 5090, my little tractor, but I am going to actually go ahead and order one because I looked on their site and they do have one for my 8285, and I'm going to get one put in there because, dude, just cleaning them out, like I said, man, you can't. I don't know how your Kubota is, but like in the John Deere's, most of the mats they like tuck under stuff.
I've never really taken the mat out.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but these mats are easy. You just pull them out. And they got like an upward lip on them so that it keeps the dirt in there.
Right. It keeps them getting in the crevices.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was mowing hay yesterday, and I had like a couple of empty drink cans, rake teeth, a chain, some pliers, some candy bar wrappers, like all this. Like, yeah, it'd be really nice but my M4, they don't make a mat for it.
Yeah.
So I don't have one in there.
Is that where you keep the dildo you're going to take to the next WNBA game?
Oh, I just keep one of those in my back pocket all the time.
Did you see where even Trump Jr. made a meme about it?
Oh, that story has gone so viral.
Thanks to us.
I think we were a big part of it. But it just keeps happening.
It does.
I'm like, if they were smart, the hilarious ones now are, they're having like a no bag policy going to the games.
Somebody's going to wear that thing in there.
Well, that's what all the jokes been like.
You about to get a slimy one out there on the court.
How'd you sneak that in? I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, they're going to have to do some cavity searches.
Woo! Yeah, on like 18 people.
Yeah, on all 18 people, yeah.
That are at the game.
This one, the meme that I saw, it showed them playing, and it was like a court right outside the White House, and Trump was up on top of the White House, and his arm was extended, and there's a big green dildo flying down on the court.
There's been a billion memes. I finally had to quit sending them to people.
Yeah, I think you sent me 3 in a row, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, and there were so many more. I was like, all right, I just got to stop.
Yeah, no, this is the most I've ever thought about the WNBA in my life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, this is a golden opportunity. They need to play into this. This is what they need to do.
Yeah.
All right, we got several things to talk about tonight. I want to jump onto some of these emails real fast. All right, Dan, our old Dan, he writes in here.
Yeah, he's got to answer the question we posed last week. Who is we?
Yep, who is we? Dan had sent 2 emails, and if you're listening to this and you're like, man, Dan he's getting a lot of airtime, then you need to go to talkdirtpodcast.com, contact page.
Accuse us of being something awful like racist or anti-Semitic.
Yep. Yes.
Then we'll have to address it.
But go and submit your questions on there. We love getting the interaction back and forth with everybody. Dan wrote in. He sent us this article about something with the Big Four. But Dan, I'm going to tell you, it wanted me to create an account on this website, and I'm just not doing it. So
one of those paywall articles.
Yep. So I'm sorry on that one, Dan. So I'm going to address Dan in a little bit because I got some other emails before his now. So Kellen writes in, hey guys, I have a couple questions for Bobby Lee. I watched some of your past videos, and that damn grimace on your face. No, he didn't say that. He said, I watched some of your last videos. Why did you get rid of the 4430? That's a sweet tractor.
4030, but yeah.
I use a 4455 at my job where we have 130 head of Angus cattle and bale 700 plus bales a year.
Well,
because he's tired of that damn thing breaking down on the side of the road.
Yeah, it was running fine when I sold it, but it had 2 or 3 little issues. I mean, the tractor's 50 years old, and I was needing something a little more reliable. And when once I sold it and I was going to buy a tractor, I was not going to get a second loader tractor, but dealership I deal with, they pretty much all come with a loader on them. And I was actually talking to a neighbor that was helping me in hay yesterday, and I was like, I couldn't imagine not having it with a loader.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't think it would make sense. Like, why would I have 2 tractors, both with loaders? I'm almost always by myself. I can't be, like, I'll just always, but no, like, because it never fails. Like, well, my M6 hooked up to the baler right now. It has a loader. If I had not had a loader on this other tractor, like the other day, I needed to move some panels and put a roll of hay out in a barn lot for some wean calves. Like,
yeah,
and really, I have a variety of people that help me in the hayfield, on occasion. And
he's got his illegals he picks up on Jackson Avenue.
No, if it was them, I'm sure they could have run the hell out of that 4030. They could have probably worked on it and everything.
Yeah.
But no, it's the air conditioner worked, but it was like, there was a couple times where I was raking hay and it was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I needed something, because there was 2 or 3 times where I was like going to the hayfield and something would break, and it wasn't anything major, but it would. I mean, again, I'm a one-man show, so all of a sudden now I'm having to get somebody to come give me a ride. Then I'm trying to chase down parts. I need a belt, and then before you know it, you missed your chance to bail that day.
Yep.
Then I'm back at work the next 2 days, and it's like, man, if it's like now, it's not going to rain anyway, so it doesn't matter. But Yeah, I just needed something. Oh, that tractor was cool. If I was in a position where I could have justified keeping it around as like just another extra tractor to, well, hook up to the rake or hook up to the tedder or something like that to use on an occasion, it'd have been cool, but I definitely couldn't justify then having 3 tractors.
Yeah.
And I needed one just a little more reliable to use on a regular basis.
Man, it's like that 7140 that I had that one year, that case. That tractor was just a cool tractor. Like, I looked back at some pictures, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could have kept that tractor. But I'm the same way, and it's like, man, I feel like even more so when you're a one-man show, because I'm the same way. You pretty much need your machines to do what they got to do.
Right.
And like, there's been times myself, like I'll go somewhere and I've had stuff break down. My 8420 that I traded, when I was having the electrical issues out of it, like there was a couple times like it would strand me and I'd have to go, like, I'd walk to get my service truck. Like I'd see people and they'd see me walking down the road and be like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm walking to the other field. I got to go back to my service truck. So, I mean, I think it's funny because when you're like a small operation or a young new operation, you pretty much got to buy what you can afford. But you also really, I would almost venture to say those guys need a more reliable piece of machinery than the bigger guys.
Yeah, it does put you in a tight spot because you
don't have another thing that for Bobby Lee I'll say is, like, dude, you got a full-time gig, so your window of time to do something is not only limited by the weather, but it's like, okay, well, I've got essentially 3 days off. Like, you got Wednesday, Saturday, or Sunday, and then you may have. Hell, y'all are probably going to, like, Afghanistan for a softball tournament on Saturday. So, I mean, you're like, well, we're going to be there. So, I mean, you have a very limited time to do this.
No, that's exactly it. Because I remember one of the days when it broke down. So, I always hate cutting hay on Saturday or Sunday to bale on Wednesday. Because then when something happens on Wednesday, well, then I don't. Yeah. Then I'm back at work the next. And that's why I was happy to cut yesterday. So, if something happens on Saturday and I break down, hopefully it happens while the parts store's still open, and I can get parts and then can be back going on Sunday. But yeah, time is so valuable. That's what, I loved, like, I mean, that tractor's vintage now. I was, I play around sometimes when I'm bored on Facebook Marketplace, whatever. Old square body Chevy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would love to have one. Now, here's the thing. I already have an old worn out Jeep that I'm drove it over here to Logan's tonight. Then I got my farm truck, which is, I mean, it's a 19. It's not that old, but I'm not going to drive it like on the highway. I'm like, does it make sense for me to buy an 83 Chevy pickup? Because that's another vehicle that I'm not going to, like, put on the interstate regularly. And like you said, now both my kids are playing tournament ball, and so on weekends when they both play, my wife will go one direction with one kid, and I'll go another direction with another. Like, now, if I were to buy another pickup, it makes sense for me to buy a late model, just half-ton pickup, just some boring old F-150, put on the road. But
well, that's like, Dad's old Scottsdale.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled it out. I got a motor. I've got a motor for it. I'm actually going to LS swap it. Man, I've had the motor for like 3 years. Rebuilt the motor, and Brock is like a handy mechanic, and he's always like, man, when are we going to swap it out? Because I actually put it around town for it. I got insurance on it and stuff, and I drive it around. But then the brakes, like, started, the master pump or something has gone down. One day I got in and I was going to drive it, and I mean, right now it gets piss poor gas mileage. It's got like a terrible, like, just gas guzzling. It gets like 8 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
It's one of those old trucks where you can floor it and you can actually see, like, the gas gauge is like moving.
Yeah.
But I would just drive it around town. But I got in one day and the little brake light came on. And I got to almost to the end of my driveway. This was out at the old house, and I hit the brakes and it just didn't stop. And I'm like, ah! And I was coming up, that road I lived on, it's always a lot of traffic. And I, like, put the pedal to the floor and I had to pump it, and then it finally pumped up and stopped. So I was like, all right. So I hadn't drove it since, but I'm the same way.
I guess they sell the old Bob truck.
Which one?
Oh man,
The old dump truck, the white one.
yeah, it had the dump bed on
Yeah,
it.
it has the shittiest brakes. No, they still got it.
Oh, I believe it was when my parents were remodeling their house. Dad was like, drive it to their current house. I did the same thing. I got to the end of the driveway. They're about to roll out on the state highway. Brake pedal just goes to the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess we're just rolling right on out, dude.
Yeah, you got to pump that. That one, when they...
No, nobody. They're just...
Nobody told you.
I was probably only 20 years old. Like,
Yeah.
I barely knew how to drive it anyway. They're like, yeah, drive that down the road. And I'm like, oh, yeah, next time we'll also warn me that doesn't have brakes.
I guarantee you, too, I drove it from Tipton when they were digging the gravel out at Tipton over there. There used to be an old train track going across this farm that our dad's bought, and there's gravel there still. And this old dump truck, yeah, it's probably I don't even know the body or the year, 70s, 60s.
It's a Chevy,
It's an old Chevy. It's a turd. It's got a 350 in it. You know, the old blue and white one's badass. It's got the 427 crate motor.
The C65.
Yep, but this one is a freaking turd, and it's 4-speed, but the choke actually stuck on me whenever I was cranking it, because I'd have to choke it to crank it, and the choke stuck. So it was like revving up like crazy. And then the tires, most of the tires were completely bald. Like, I mean, it might have been wires.
Yeah, I mean, you got driven like 3 times a year, so
Yeah.
they weren't going to put a lot of money in it.
But I had to go with a load of gravel. They literally took a track hoe and they dug gravel out and they put some in the bed of this dump truck. And they're like, drive this from Tipton to the shed. And it's not a 10-minute drive, but I had to cross the damn highway, and I'm driving.
Yeah, that's a 4-lane highway.
Yes. And man,
that's the big highway for folks around here.
Oh yeah, and that crossing is a nightmare. And I'm in a turd truck.
Oh my God, I have to cross there going back and forth with my kids to school, and it's some afternoons, because I've been having to go pick up my daughter because she's cheerleading now too from practice. Some afternoons I'm like, shit, like I don't know how long I'm gonna have to sit here.
Dude, when we would harvest Tipton, you have to pull out of there in a loaded semi-truck. It'd take you forever to get across, because most of the time you'd have to shoot across to go towards Memphis.
Yeah.
It would take forever. A lot of times we'd started going out to the right, and it was quicker to go out that way.
I've done that for you, and then make a U-turn, yeah.
So, yeah, it's terrible. But that's the big thing, man. And I'll tell you honestly, I've thought about, because I was reading an article.
And I'm a terrible mechanic, too. That's the other thing. Like, if I was a little more mechanically inclined, because those tractors, when you really start getting into them, they're pretty simple.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but
you can work on those.
But
you'd get there. You'd work on it enough.
Somebody can work on those. You don't have to have a John Deere tech come out and plug it up to a computer.
Yeah.
But
I have kicked around the idea, just thinking. I'm like, man, because I was reading an article. This dude, it was in Successful Farming. This has been probably 2 years ago, year ago. This guy, he had all the latest and greatest equipment, and he worked, I think, like 1,500 acres, 2,000 acres, and he was he was drowning in debt. And so he downgraded all of his equipment to like old stuff, old tractors, drills, or he may have gone down to like an old Kinsey, because Kinseys were still ground drive instead of electronic or hydraulic driven. And so he had gone back in the equipment, and I think he cut down to maybe 1,000, 1,200 acres. But he talked about how much more like he just enjoyed farming now. And it cut his equipment overhead down tremendously. And I got a good friend that he's that way, man. He farms probably 1,000 acres, and he has absolutely no equipment notes. Now he's going to spend $20,000, $15,000 a year on the repairs.
Right.
And he's the way you're talking. He's a very mechanically inclined guy.
What would his note roughly be if he had it all, not new, but just relatively late model stuff?
Well, I'll tell you, like if he got a 680 combine or 670 combine now is, like I got a 680. You could get by with a 670. So like he got a 670, and that's an old combine at this point, and it's like a 2014. That'd be, I know some guys are like, but that's 10 years old. And you could buy one of them. Your note's going to be $25,000.
That's just for the combine.
That's just for the combine. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, a combine like that, you're going to also work on. Because my 680 is a 2015, and I mean, I pay a pretty damn badass note on that thing for me, and I still have to pay repair bills on it too. So, used to it was like you can either pay a big note or you can pay repair bills. Well, shit, man. Now I just pay notes and damn repair bills.
Yeah.
And usually, a lot of times, John Deere has to come out and do them. But like my 680, the main belt that runs the chopper and everything, it broke twice on me last year. Just be running, the thing would just break, and I'd lose all my. I'd run to John Deere and buy a $750 belt and pull off some things. I got pretty good at it on that last time, but I was mad as shit when it happened. But so, it's not even a case anymore of, well, if I pay a note. Because, used to, if you were paying a note,
if you're buying a note on something brand new.
That's what I'm saying. But shit, a brand new one, hell, your note would be probably $120,000. Like a brand new combine you're going to spend $600,000 on a brand new combine. Maybe even more than that. Your note would be over $100,000.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if it breaks, which some guys now, I was talking to a dude today, he said he's about to go to leasing. He was like, man, I'm just going to go to leasing everything.
See, I know a guy that was doing that with just his tractors. Even just doing a lot of hay.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's like I get a brand new one every year. And
don't they have to fix it if something breaks, goes down?
I'm pretty sure. I've never really looked into it myself.
Yeah.
But I was talking to somebody else. Who was? I think it may have been a guy that actually bought my M135 that I sold. But he said a lot of those lease deals are not nearly as attractive anymore. So he's like, there at one time, like it was like you've been stupid not to. And I forget, it was for like a smaller tractor.
Yeah.
It may have even been John Deere, but yeah.
Oh,
so I don't know. That's a cool tractor. I would have loved to have kept it just to, because it was pretty clean.
Yeah. I asked the dude at Tennessee Tractor, I asked him about leasing, and he said it was no longer a good move.
Yeah,
because he said
that's kind of what this guy told me. He's like, at one time, I forget, it was just like some particular models, like smaller tractors, where I guess they just weren't selling, so they were leased them pretty cheap, whatever. And
that's what I think he said, like, because he was like, man, you're gonna pay. He said, cheapest I could lease you something. He said, you're gonna pay like $60,000 for the lease on some of this stuff, and and if it were something where you could buy it. Hell, if you were buying it for $80,000, like your note's gonna be $80,000 a year. Or you can pay $60,000 a year to lease it. But a lot of guys, because some people say, well, you're not really building, but you're gaining a little equity in the equipment. But on the lease side of things, I think what people look at is you can write 100% of it off. Like if you finance it, you can only write off the interest paid.
Right.
So they're like, well, I get 100% write off, but I don't know. But I have kicked around the idea of like finding like a real clean like 4960 and just going backwards on equipment a little bit, but you'd have to get really good old equipment and like that I could comfortably work on, even back my planter up. Because if the bad thing for me, I love my planter. I got that Case 1245. That planter it runs a shitload of hydraulics. Like my old 8420, it couldn't hardly keep up with the hydraulic oil that's flowing through that thing. The R series tractors, like what I got now, it has an upgraded hydraulic pump. So like it can keep up with the hydraulic flow. And it runs way better on this tractor than it did on my old tractor. If I went to a 4960, I would either have to like buy some sort of upgraded hydraulic system to put on the tractor, or I would have to like change planters.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but there's a cool factor too. Like I'm like the guy that I'm still like an idiot in my mind, like a little teenage kid where I'm like, I need it to be efficient, profitable, but I want it to look cool too at the same time. So yeah, appreciate that, Kelly. That's good, man. Hey, and before I go to the next one, I made a note here because you were talking about how you're pretty much always alone when you're working, and I was thinking like, man, I am too a lot. Do you like working alone?
Yeah.
Me too. That's what I like. I've got some help sometimes, and I recognize the benefit of having help.
Right.
Like I recognize it, But there is an element where I just enjoy just being by myself.
Oh, and even when I've got somebody with me, like they're on one tractor, I'm on another. That's what good buddy of ours, his son rakes hay for me, and I told him, I was like, I might want you to rake hay for me this weekend, but in typical fashion, this farm, like, it is a nightmare to rake. Like, just the way it's just
no good straight lines.
Like, and you really don't learn how to rake really good until you bailed too, and then you realize, like, oh yeah, it would be nicer if you did this way. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, it's like, I need him to help me on Saturday, and I'm probably gonna call him. I should have texted him tonight, actually, because he'll be in school tomorrow. But like, because I'll make the first couple of rounds with him, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna honestly just have to tell him, like, I'm really not even sure how I would to tell you to rate this. Like, I would have to kind of, well, like, as we go, we'll kind of do this.
Yeah.
And I got lucky the first time I bailed it. My neighbor who has always cut that hay until this year when I rented it, he raked it for me.
Gotcha.
So he's just raked a whole lot more hay than I ever have anyway. But two, he knows that farm. He knows kind of which best way to rake each particular patch, where the ditches are. That's the thing. It's not even just the shape of the field. It's like, well, there's like a waterway here. You kind of want to avoid that. I don't want to be. Oh man, it's like I already know. Like, even if he rakes for me on Saturday, I'm gonna ride with him.
Yeah, for a bunch of it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be like, well, here, I need to show you this spot in this field where there's a bad spot. So, yeah, some of it's just me being stubborn and hard-headed, where it's like, but by the time I teach somebody else to do it or show them how to do it, I could have done it myself. Now, what I need to look at is, I can teach him today, and then tomorrow he can, and
he can go,
and definitely next year or whatnot, before long, heck, I don't even have to be there. I can be like, hey, you run down there and rake that field for me.
Well, that's like the old guy that helps Dad. I mean, he's been around this stuff long enough that we can slap the drill on a tractor and be like, go to so-and-so's farm and plant it. He's like, all right, and he'll get there and plant it. And you don't have to go and like make sure, because he knows what he's doing. And so I mean, that's how I am. And but I don't know, man. And I'm like a people person, but at the same time, I just enjoy being alone. Like,
oh yeah. Well, I have people and some really good friends that are like, hey man, the next time you're working cows, you need, like, because they'll see me on YouTube, because I can't even lie about it, and be like, oh no, I don't need any help. Like, they still be like, yeah, you need some help.
Yeah.
I preg checked all my cows yesterday morning, and part of me, there's a little bit of pride in being like,
by yourself. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I did that. I mean, literally, like, there was a time or two where I was like, well, my wife come down here to help me push these cows in the barn a little easier. But the other thing, like, that was a Wednesday morning. Like, I was not going to bother anybody, which I think just about everybody was at work anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no,
and two, it didn't take me that long,
Yeah.
Like, and two, like, and a lot of people, especially farmers, like to get up early. But I was like, I was at 5:30. It was getting daylight, and I was catching cows.
Yeah. Well, I've got that kind of, like, say, that pride thing too, where it's like, man, I'm doing what some guys are doing with like 3 people, and I'll just run longer hours, but and I enjoy when I have help. Like, I enjoy being around them. I have a good time with the guys, and like, come harvest time, I will have help during harvest, because if I were to run the combine, fill up the semi-truck, hop in the semi-truck, haul the load of grain, come back, and there's some dudes that do that, but most of them are working less ground than I am. It'd take me 4 months to finish harvest if I did that. Like, so I'll have a guy that'll drive the semi-truck, and it's really nice if I have somebody on the buggy, but like planting and even spraying and kind of anything in between, man, a lot of times I like being by myself. And I mean, I think the hard part is you get to a certain size where that almost just doesn't really becomes very inefficient. And so I mean, and I got a guy that's really good that he likes to help, and he learns really fast. And I mean, coming into this next season, probably utilize him a whole lot more. But there is just, I don't know, I think a lot of farmers just kind of like being alone out in the field.
Yeah.
It's like an escape. All right. Here we go. Cody writes in, Listening to your last episode when the state trooper stopped you. Sounds like you missed your opportunity for a high-speed chase. Next time, just floor it, but make sure you throw your cocaine out. Here in Georgia, they will pitch you, though. Love listening and watching y'all's YouTube. Yeah, it's funny, man. I like I said, I did definitely think about that. I was like, man, I could have run. And I think they would have gone for the pit. I mean, I feel like my truck's outfitted pretty good. I might could try to like evade their pitting, and it's built pretty well for off-roading. It's got the Fox shocks all the way around, so I mean, I could have really tested her out, I think. But I actually made
and see, when I talk about that, like, I don't want to be in like a high-speed chase.
You just want to try to like sneak away from them.
Well, and like off-road it and be like, be like, no, I'm going like 15 miles an hour across this field, but you can't. You're gonna be stuck before you get started going.
Yeah, you'd like be waving at them out the window. Yeah.
I
don't know. I think the high speed thing would be pretty fun.
You know, I don't know. I'm a little more risk averse than that. My worst fear would be killing somebody innocent.
Well, I mean, I would try to evade that pretty well, but you know, when we went to Hot Springs, we went to the Gangster Museum.
Yeah.
And did you go through the Gangster Museum?
I never have. I've been to Hot Spring a bunch of times.
Yeah, man, you missed out. It's neat. You're a history guy. I am too. My kids were kind of bored because there's a lot of videos. But I'm like, man, I think that old Capone gangster era, I just think it was cool. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. But all of those guys, us having this conversation today, all those dudes died a terrible death. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
None of them
quit while they're ahead.
No, none of them quit while they're ahead. Most of them get gunned down on the street. They get shot in the back. Or, hell, Capone, he had syphilis, and then he died of a heart attack or a stroke. Like, he had done gone crazy, like they said, in prison. But there's still just, like we said, man, there's something about that outlaw life that's pretty cool. But, like, every outlaw that's a famous outlaw had a terrible ending.
Yep.
Now, the only one that I think might not have, I'm not convinced Jesse James did not live. Like, I've read quite a few things that suggest that he, like, went on, he basically faked his death and then went on and lived out a life. And there's a part of me that just, I don't know, I think I just want to believe that he did.
Yeah.
But now, you know, like Capone, it's like, would I have wanted Capone to live out a peaceful life? Because he was a bad guy. I mean, he wasn't a good guy. Shit, he was killing people. Like, my outlaw fantasies, I don't want to kill an innocent person. Now, if they were like, you get to go track down pedophiles and kill them, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, like a vigilante?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
Like, that would be pretty cool. Like some Punisher type thing. But
oh, yeah. If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that somebody did something that heinous, oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, that would be...
Like, I don't know, I've never killed a man, but I would think, I mean...
They say there's no rush like the rush of killing a man.
I would think, you know, I don't know, killing somebody that I knew had done something that heinous, I feel like I wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you feel after you shoot somebody?
Recoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could understand, like, obviously, I don't know, we're getting way off track. Like, under other circumstances, that'd be a pretty heavy thing to do, but, like, no, if you knew somebody had done something that heinous.
If they're just an evil person, I feel like.
Hurt a kid, like,
yeah.
Nah, man, look, I just did a world a favor.
Yeah.
Probably did you a favor by making it this quick and painless.
Well, I didn't say I would do that. I don't
know, man. I don't know. Like, if somebody hurt one of my kids, I could at least imagine myself.
Oh, I could go medieval on them. Like, you've read.
Otherwise, I'm just like, nah, just bullet in their head, be done with it.
If someone did something like that to one of my kids, I'll tell you what I think of immediately.
Man, that's something that I can't even hardly think about.
Like, you know, I know you've read Jack Carr's books.
Yeah.
So in one of Jack's, so this is a graphic warning.
I'm not sure how realistic a lot of those are.
But this was actually a Native American torture. And this one, what they would do, again, if you're queasy or soft stomach, then I'll warn you. But I don't have an image of it, so you're just going to hear me discuss it. But they took a guy in there, and he cuts his stomach open, and his intestines come out,
him,
and he makes him walk his intestines around a tree.
Wonder how they force them to walk though.
I don't know, because at that point, it's what do you do? It's like, I'll kill you if you don't walk. I'd be like,
yeah,
please.
Yeah, it's a death sentence either way.
I don't know, but they would. Then they said that's what Native Americans would do. It'd make them basically walk their intestines around a tree. I think if someone did something like that, I could get pretty damn medieval on them. But yeah, so man, we appreciate it, Cody. You didn't know that was going to turn into a conversation about torture kills.
That was kind of my problem with 1923 when they
killed the guy too quick.
I can't even remember his name.
I don't remember now.
The evil rich white guy. They're like, we're going to kill you in a way. They're going to be talking about it forever, and then they just shoot him.
Yeah, it's like, well, you just killed him.
They gut shot him and then shot him in the head. That wasn't that brutal.
Yeah, like I thought they were gonna, chop all his fingers off one at a time and like blow his kneecaps out and then like make him look like something like a mannequin. I don't know. I'm like, hey, yeah, that was
2 bullets. He was dead.
Yeah, half the guys in the town have been shot more than that guy.
Yeah, I was about to say nothing different than what happens in Memphis a dozen times a week.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're being honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, Andrew writes in, Logan and Bobby Lee, I love the content, guys. I follow Bobby Lee's YouTube channel and listen to the podcast every week. I wrote in a few months back about Magnum Research rifles. I am 30 and I'm a 4th-generation row crop farmer, and I have a question for Bobby Lee. My wife and I just bought a piece of pasture and am looking to get into some sort of cattle. I run a trucking business with my family and row crop farm with my older brother and dad. It's only 10 acres of pasture, but I've been baling it this summer, and it's made 2.5 tons to the acre. The fixed baling and looking at an easy second cutting. I haven't fertilized it at all, and it was under little to no management before we purchased it. My question is, what is more logistical to get started, a small cow-calf business or buying some steers to finish on grass and grain? Good thinking there. Hold on. Which we have both of. We also have about 25 acres of alfalfa that is our own land that I bale. Where we are located, hay is abundant, and I'm getting a little discouraged selling cheap hay instead of feeding it, since we usually buy 2 whole beefs a year to feed our own families. Discuss and give me your honest opinion on the situation. Appreciate the content. Looking forward to the feedback, gentlemen. Southwestern Iowa is where we are located.
Southwestern Iowa, okay. So I would imagine their stocking density on pasture is probably not too different than us.
Yeah.
So just 10 acres of pasture.
20 head?
No. Not on mama cows for sure. Mama cows, you're probably, cow-calf pairs. And there's some guys that are doing like they call like mob grazing, where you move them, like twice a day.
Yeah.
They're in just a really small area you use it. And so you can utilize it. But I don't know, roughly around here we say acre and a half, 2 acres per cow-calf pair. So 10 acres, you're looking at, maybe only having 5 cow-calf pairs.
Yeah.
Whereas, definitely if you're feeding them to finish, you could buy probably 10 steers, 550, 600 pounds, graze them through the grazing season, pushing a little feed to them. And of course, what I typically do is I put mine on feed about the time the grass is gone anyway, because we don't give them any forage at that point. It's pretty much their finishing ration. And you're definitely going to probably be more profitable doing that, because you're feeding out 10 steers, which of course sounds like you're eating a lot of it yourself. So. But you're saving that money that you're instead, you could look at it as you're selling it to your family, whatever.
Well, and if they buy 2, selling 8, that's still a pretty good little side cash.
Yeah. You're probably going to be getting yours for free at the very least.
Yeah.
And man, right now, I was thinking about that. We've been saying for 6 months, not a good time to get in the cattle business.
Yeah.
Because it costs too much to get in. Well,
might be your only option.
Well, and I look back and I bought cows 3 months ago, and I knew it was I just couldn't help myself. But now I'm looking back and I was like, damn good deal. They're a whole lot higher now than they were then.
Yeah.
I know there's starting to be some rumblings and fear from some people, I mean, the market's just up. I mean, it's up every day nearly. I mean, well, it'll be down, like there'll be some bearish news come out and, oh, the market will be down. Well, and then over the next 2 days, it's gained back everything it lost. And you're like even when we have a bad day, it's followed up by 2 or 3 good days. And just at what point you're starting to see more and more like articles and like major media headlines about the cost of beef.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I would still argue, like, yeah, if you're going to go to the store and buy ribeyes to feed a family of 4, okay, yeah, that's probably not going to be something you're going to do other than on a special occasion.
Yeah.
But you can buy ground beef. Incredibly nutritious.
I bought a 1.5 pounds the other day, or 1.75 pounds at the grocery store for $9.
$9. Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll feed your family. That probably made way more.
That fed us that night, and then that was also my lunch the next day.
Okay, if you had taken your family of 4 to McDonald's,
Oh.
and I know obviously y'all ate more than just ground beef.
Well,
so
it was taco night, so it was pretty damn cheap. We ate the
So for probably-
$9 ground beef. There was I had 2 packs of the little taco seasoning, so those are cheap, probably $3 there. And then the tortillas, I'm gonna say for less than $20, we all ate.
Then when you figure that you then ate it the next day,
Yep.
too. But if you had gone eating fast food junk, not nearly as good for you, you just spent $50 for a family.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then you got these. A lot of times it's the mom that's doing the grocery shopping. Oh hell, she'll stop at Starbucks and get a mocha frappuccino latte, cappuccino espresso, whatever, grande, with sprinkles on top for $12.50.
Our women listeners are pissed at you right now
because I probably got the order wrong. But my point, or the
no. I think our women listeners, I think they're more badass than that.
yeah, they're drinking black coffee, like God intended.
Yeah.
But like,
but I get what you're saying. Yes.
And like there are some people that are really struggling to make ends meet, and they aren't splurging on stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people, I'm like, yeah, and they're ordering DoorDash.
And you pay 20. I think isn't it like 20% additional on DoorDash?
I don't.
I've never DoorDashed, but I think it's like 20% on top.
I've done it a couple times, like when we've been out of town somewhere.
Yeah.
Like especially like if I'm at a horse show or something, and like I don't want to unhook the trailer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But I'm also not complaining about the price of beef.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm like, then when you think about it, you're like, no, that $10, $9 worth of ground beef fed your family for 2 full meals, basically.
Yeah. So your advisement would be to go that route.
We got way off track. I think, because I still feel like my cow herd is not big enough, and
Don't we all feel like we're never big enough? All my life, I felt like I just wasn't big enough.
I preg checked yesterday. We've got 50 mamas right now. Now we won't have that many. We won't calve out that many. I'll probably calve out 40 to 45. I gotta see if I have 45 good ones that are all bred, I'll probably keep 45. Otherwise, we're gonna get back down more closer to 40 where we need to be. And I'm still like, man, is that enough to really justify it and pay the bills and whatnot? And I'm kind of like him. That's just kind of part of the side hustle. So it's like, well, it's not make or break for me.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. And I say all that, and right now the cow-calf guy is the one making a killing. Especially guys that had cows they bought
before.
They've had for, at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I got a buddy that was telling me he's got like 30 head of cattle, and it's cow-calves that he's just had. And he told me the other day that he's about to sell his whole herd.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of that right now. But the numbers are so low. I don't know. I've heard some people say they think that the bred heifer prices, they think because a lot of people have kept back some heifers to breed them, and so they're going to be selling bred heifers later this year, maybe early next year. There's going to be some of them that won't have a home, so there may be an opportunity there at some point.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Look for the opportunity. If there is a cheap herd sell out, or maybe, the market's not as good in your area for one thing or another. But, Southwest Iowa, I've driven through there a bunch of times. Because when we go out west, we drive straight across Missouri to Kansas City, and then straight up like through northwest Missouri and all across western Iowa until we get into South Dakota. Yeah.
I've never been there. I got a buddy in Iowa. Well, we got a couple buddies. Aaron Winger, he's in Iowa.
Yep. One of maybe our very first guest.
Aaron, I think he was our first guest. Yep, he's doing some cool stuff over there. But yeah, man.
I would definitely. I do believe in if you've got it fenced. Yeah, put the cows out there. Let them harvest that grass. If you already got all the equipment, it's not like you're spending a ton of extra money to hay it.
Yeah.
But that's what I think about all the time. Like, which I don't own any hay ground. All the hay ground haying is rented ground, or in some cases even ground people are just asking me to cut it so they don't have to worry about bush hogging it.
Yep.
And so, but I always think to myself, like, man, if I own this place, I just put a fence around it.
Yeah.
Let the cows do all the work for me.
Yeah, and speaking of Magnum research, I don't have a rifle, but I still want one of those damn Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one day. I almost pulled the trigger on one. It's been probably a year ago or longer. I mean, they're not cheap, but damn, they're just cool. Have you ever held one? Desert Eagle?
I never have, no.
Man, they're cool, man. Like I held two. One was black, and the other one was like tiger striped, which I was like, that'd almost be kind of cool. But I feel like you got to have the chrome, just shiny Desert Eagle if you're gonna have one. But the tiger striped one, if I was like a cocaine dealer, I feel like that would be the one to have. Because if I'm selling coke and I pull out a 50 cal tiger striped Desert Eagle, you're like, that dude means business.
Yeah. I would dare say, I don't know, maybe not. I'm not stereotype too much, but if you have a tiger striped Desert Eagle,
you are a cocaine dealer?
Yeah, I think you might have to prove that.
Yeah, you might have to sell them a little cocaine beforehand.
That's probably how you buy it. Like,
probably. I mean, they're pretty high. They're pretty high pistols, too.
And as much as we talk about cocaine, I don't know the current market price.
I don't either.
It's probably better than soybeans.
I would say so. That shit keeps going down every day. Speaking of guns, I saw the Yeet cannon. I saw one of those yesterday.
I don't even know.
You're not familiar with the Yeet cannon? No. It was High Point, man. They came out, High Point pistols. You know those hideous turds. You know what I'm talking about? The little cheap. You could buy a High Point for you could probably buy a brand new pistol for like $150, 9mm.
Okay, yeah.
They're very prominent in Memphis. But I'm familiar with the High Point. Yeah, the Yeet cannon was one of their models they came out with, and I was in the pawn shop yesterday. I was just in there looking around, see what they had. Sure, I'll be damned. I'd never seen one in person, but I'll be damned if it wasn't on there. And on the side of it, it says Yeet cannon, and I'm like, damn, them things do exist.
So what is it?
Just a 9mm High Point.
9mm semi-auto. Yeah.
Yep, and they just got on, but they just marketed them as the Yeet cannon.
Yeah, they're definitely marketing. Yeah.
Oh, they're hideous pistols.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, they're ugly. Like I'm cool with a cheaper gun.
There's a lot of rednecks that yeah.
If I was gonna go, like if I had to leave, like if this was the old days, I had a square body Chevy that I couldn't secure very well, and I had to leave my truck parked somewhere
in the glove box.
Yeah, I might have a Yeet cannon in there. Hell, those are so shitty that if somebody broke in, they might just leave it, and maybe even like $100 bill so I could try to get a better gun. But I've never shot a High Point. Somebody might be listening damn, the best damn gun I ever shot. All right, Dan writes in. So here we go. Dan does address the plural.
Okay,
in this one.
That's what I've been dying to hear.
I was gonna say I feel like this is a good one. We're kind of nearing the end of the episode. This is good. This is a good one. We went down so many rabbit holes. This turned into just a Q&A, which that's fine. Those are fun. I enjoy these. All right, had to get me a sip of whiskey. All right, Dan. Dear Bobby Lee and Logan, I try to switch the names each time. Dan, you don't have to do. You're trying a little too hard here, Dan.
I don't know that I even noticed which name is first.
I don't either. And see, when you make remarks like that, I'm getting leery. I'm like, this guy is an alien or a cyborg or something.
He's AI.
Yeah. But he says here, I'm not a plant for the Jewish nation or part of Mossad. Sorry to disappoint. Or a cyborg or a robot, which I would say that if I were a cyborg.
Yeah, that's the problem with denying that. It does you no good to deny it.
Yep. thank you for being on the Jewish side in this era. The we part, I was including my family. So I think you kind of called that. You're like, he must be talking about his family. Now, are they robotic family or is this human?
Well, I guess he was talking about we when we watch or something. So they must watch all together. Okay. I know he does watch on YouTube because he comments on our YouTube too.
Yes, and he says,
so maybe they do watch as a family. So we might need to clean up our language.
And say, how old is your? Do you have children, or do you just mean you and your spouse? I was going to say wife, but I'm assuming Dan's married to a woman.
Right, and we should not assume that.
That's right. So,
no offense one way or the other, Dan.
That's right, Dan. You know,
it's just 2025. We have to be inclusive.
It is a modern era. He said, I was watching Epoch TV, part of Epoch Times. That's a very Jewish network, I feel like, Dan. And he said, and they had a section.
But he did say he was Jewish.
No.
No.
No. He just said, thank you for being on the Jewish side in this era. Are you Jewish? Are you a Jew, Dan? Like, is that a proper thing to ask?
And again, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care, but now I'm just intrigued because you watch...
For context, yeah.
You watch Epoch TV and Epoch Times. Again, that's what you sent me, but I couldn't open it because I'm not creating an account because I just don't... If I have to create an account to read the news article, I'm just not doing it.
I get too much spam junk email anyway.
Yep. So
even if it doesn't cost me anything, like, no.
Yep, same way.
Hey, speaking of that, I ordered my American Eagle jeans today.
Did you?
If you sign up for the emails, you got 10% off. But the jeans are cheap as hell.
They're like $34. I looked on there.
I was like, saving $3 ain't worth all the emails. Now, because then I got to go check my email, get the code. I'm like, nah, just pay. I'll
Dude,
just pay them.
I looked online the other day because I was thinking the same. I'm like, but I got to go try them on because jeans fit me like crazy.
I thought about that too.
I'm gonna go get a Yeet cannon and I'm gonna go to Wolf Chase Mall and go to American Eagle and try them on.
I'm like, shit, it'll cost me that much money in gas to drive there. Yeah. Plus, you probably need to be strapped going in there.
Oh hell yeah, I ain't going in there without a firearm.
And like everything, like that used to be like the nice part of town.
Oh yeah.
Which I know my parents used to talk about how. Well, I remember when I was a kid, we went to the Raleigh Springs Mall. Man, we're getting way off here. Like the Raleigh Springs was nice. Well, hell, they bulldozed that sucker.
Yeah, and then what was the other mall? Was the Murder Mall?
Well, my dad, I'm sure your dad would say it too. When they were growing up, the Northgate Shopping Center in Fraser was like the place to go.
Yep. Well, my in-laws lived in Fraser.
Oh, they lived.
Yeah, they lived there.
Okay, I thought you said live, and I was like,
no. No, they live there. And for people that don't know, Fraser is the hood.
Like
it's you like
not to stir it, but like
when I was 20 years old or 19 years old, I don't remember. I was not dating Marcy yet, so I might have been like 18. It was when I went to the Shinedown and Chevelle and all that concert. Me and a buddy went. We picked up two girls on the way. And he was like, we're going to swing by their house and pick them up. And they lived in Fraser. Now, these were white women, but they lived in Fraser right there
They were some of the last of their kind living there.
Dude, and right there on that street that we turn on to go to the granary, to go to 2nd Street, we had to pull in there. I'm like, shit,
Going past like International Harvester?
No, you turn by Church's Chicken.
Yeah, then you go down by the old Harvester.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, by the train tracks.
Harvester used to be down there. Dad tells a story about one of those old 656s was like a demo tractor. He's like, I drove it home all the way from down there. Tractor probably did about 16, 17 miles an hour.
I was going to say 18 if he's lucky. Yeah, well, they lived in those houses right there.
Wow.
I mean, I remember I was like...
Where did y'all find these girls?
They were from Munford. They had moved out there. They lived in a legit... Like, I remember when we got to their house.
I have all kinds of questions that are not appropriate.
And they were good-looking white women. And that's what I remember going in there. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm afraid to ask this, but where are they today?
Well, one of them she's like a nurse, and she's married to a dude and lives around here, I think. The other one, I don't know. I don't know where the other one is.
Because, like... My mind was like dead, prison.
No,
I mean, what are they doing down?
I would have thought the same thing, but no.
If my daughter, like
chose to live in one of the most dangerous areas
And they were like 20 years old?
They were same age as us. Yeah, they were 20, 19. It was before Marcy, so I may have been 18. But they were like...
There's places in the Middle East I'd probably rather my daughter live.
Yeah.
And at that age...
Dude,
oh, my God.
Dude, and I mean, the house was like...
I have no idea who you're talking about, but I immediately think less of their fathers.
Yeah. And this isn't
failed as a parent.
Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all, this isn't a race thing. This is because it's the freaking super dangerous. Like, this is where you see a murder.
The rapper Lil White, who's a white guy, I'm pretty sure is from Fraser.
Probably.
So there's some, I mean...
There's white folks there, too.
Yeah. But they're the same, I mean...
They're renegades out there, man. I mean,
call them what you want. Everybody's going to try to make it race. But, like, no, there's white people that fit in that same category.
But it was where you would see a murder on the news, like, every day.
Oh, gosh.
And I just remember when we picked them up, I remember asking, like, what the hell are y'all doing living here?
When we were horse showing a bunch, so, again, for people, when you're coming, like, well, really out of Arkansas or Mississippi back to here home for us, you come right through Fraser. I mean, you can go other way, so that's kind of the most direct route. So there'd be nights we'd be coming through there at like 3 a.m. Oh, yeah. It's
active.
Like blue lights.
Yeah.
Remember one, which not that being a rapper makes you a criminal, but I think they, they're stereotypes.
Yeah.
It was like some huge like rappers tour bus, like
in Fraser,
right there at that Walgreens.
Okay,
this was again like sometime like 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah,
way past my bedtime. Like there's just, I mean, it's everything you would think of when you think of the ghetto.
It is the ghetto. Elvis Presley wrote that song about that area.
People pushing like shopping carts they stole from the rundown
and there's
down the side of the road. Like it's sad. I mean,
it is really sad. And the crazy thing, I noticed this the
problem is you're like 5 minutes from like some places that aren't that bad.
Oh yeah, Bass Pro Shop is about 7 minutes from there.
Well, then you don't drive that far. You're nearly back to Millington.
Yep. But that's where, and see, when I haul grain, which I won't no more because Bungie closed, so I won't even go that way anymore now. Pretty much everything I guess will be to Hell's Point, but
you roll right through there.
I go through there. Now, I was packing heat. I always, they're not
going to mess with a farm truck driver.
But it's funny. I would go through there, which the first few loads, there would be no life there.
I've ever heard of them doing is they're really bad about, they'd pull out in front of you to make you hit them.
Yeah.
I've heard of several people saying like, no, they have seen them do that on purpose because they know you can't stop.
Oh yeah.
And then their ambulance, they're waiting for the ambulance chasing lawyers to show up.
If they just had done that to me, I think I'd have just grabbed another gear and been like, well, now you're about to be dead. But no, I remember one day I was going through there, and like I said, the first couple of loads, they were early enough in the day that it was like a ghost town because nobody comes out in that area till like 12 o'clock.
Well, you got to be careful driving through there, even a pickup. There's always pedestrians everywhere. Like, I guess a lot of...
Well, they were walking... There was a group of guys walking down the side of the road.
They just walked right across 4-lane highway right in front of you.
One of them lunged at my semi one day. I was in the old white International.
So you've seen the same stuff, obviously.
Yeah. I was driving down there, and one of them...
They have no regard for their own life.
No, especially considering at the time, this was when I was young, so I had not... I'm a very happy man with 9mm pistols, but at the time I was like pretty excited. I think I may have been like 20. I was in my early 20s, so I could really legally.
You had the 44 Magnum.
I had a 1911 45. I would carry a freaking cinder block with me, and it
wasn't quite the Desert Eagle.
No, it wasn't the Desert Eagle, but I had hollow point 45s, and that old white International had a little thing over here, and I could clip the holster on it, and the gun was just ready to go. And I had on in the chamber, and I just remember I was driving down there, and I was probably 23, and this group of guys walking on the side of the road, and one of them, he's looking at me. One of them is just staring at me as I'm driving, and I'm like, what the hell is he staring at? And I had the windows down because the air didn't work in this truck, and I'm not going super fast. It's like 30. And he does like a just like he like looks and like lunges, which I just remember thinking to myself, I'm like,
like he was getting in your face to fight you.
As I'm driving a semi truck, and I just remember thinking, I'm like, what a dumb son of a bitch. Like, if he honestly had jumped up there, like, and I don't say this sound like a Billy badass. I don't think I'm a badass, but I'm like, if he legitimately jumped on there, I'd probably shoot him in the head. Like, it's like if I honestly believed.
Like he was jumping at like the side of the truck.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. I thought he was like faking like he was going to step out in front of you.
No. Like, he was like, he would have been.
I'd be like, go ahead, buddy. I won't even notice that I hit you.
Yeah, no, I would have.
I'm 80,000 pounds. Like,
yes, exactly. Maybe 79,900. But I would have. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're an idiot. I mean. And I'm driving a semi-truck. I don't even know who this guy is.
Some people didn't have no home training.
Yep, didn't. So now let's get back to Dan here. Sorry, Dan, you didn't know we were going to go down that path. Good Lord.
We're an hour in and we've answered like 2 emails.
I was going to say, this has just been the rabbit hole of all episodes. So he said he was watching Epoch TV, and they had a section on Verdant Robotics, producing a new machine with AI called the Sharpshooter. Wherever they had culled their information from, they reported that only large farming operations could use it, since I believe I heard it cost, surely to God they're mistaken, Dan. This said that this thing cost $22 million. Look up the Verdant robot, or the AI called Sharpshooter. It's by Verdant Robotics. He said also it could put small and medium-sized places out of business. What is your take on it? Before we get to that one, you said on another episode on Epoch TV, you watch a lot of Epoch TV, Dan, they were interviewing AJ Richards. I know AJ, about FromTheFarm.org. Have you talked about FromTheFarm.org on one of your podcasts in the past? Have you had either of the founders on the show? Am I mixing up one of the founders with Amanda Nigg? Great Q&As on episode 197, and keep up the good work. I know AJ. He's a good guy. He will be on the show at some point. It's just we just haven't quite got it lined up yet. But AJ is a good guy, and they're doing some really cool stuff on FromTheFarm.org. So I will say, yeah, he's rock solid. He's a good dude, and he will be on here. He has not been on yet, but he will be. As far as the Sharpshooter, are you finding it?
Yeah, I have not got a...
If it's $22 million, I can't even imagine what kind of insane... I mean, I don't even know.
Ask ChatGPT what it costs.
Okay. Verdant Robotics Sharpshooter. How expensive?
All right, you're doing that. I was going to do it too, but let me go back.
Oh, I thought, okay.
No, you do that.
Verdant Robotics. What does that call it? Sharpshooter? How expensive is the Verdant Robotics?
I found it, but it didn't list a price. It was just an article.
What even is it? I don't understand what it is. It's like a weed thing?
Yeah, it's a machine. There, you see it.
Oh, that thing can't be that expensive. I think I've heard of that. It's like a electric. Okay, yeah. See, here it is. It's 20-foot. The Terminator's got us
just because the software, I'm sure, and whatnot, it's all proprietary, and God knows what it costs to develop.
It's $1.2 million. Okay, so that's expensive, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for. It's out of the realm of possibility for my farming operation. But it's not out of the realm of possibility for some of these guys. Because, I mean, a cotton picker today is $1.2 million. So, I mean, guys are paying that.
It has 4K machine vision. Operates seamlessly day or night.
Oh, and you got to pay an annual subscription. It's 20 foot wide, $1.2 million, annual subscription fee of $50,000 to $165,000. Colorado growers attending a tech showcase noted that upfront costs for highly advanced ag tech like this can approach $1 million. It delivers 120 to 480 precise shots per second, hitting tiny targets with near perfect accuracy while covering up to 5 acres an hour. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you'd need to have that thing like robotic, like one of those, autonomous tractors. Yeah.
Yes, 5 acres an hour.
Yeah.
Ooh, and 1.2 million. That's crazy.
ChatGPT is using the same article I'm looking at because I'm like, yeah, you're reading word for word.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is from Verdant's actual website. Yeah, if you had and it says it can be operated by any tractor capable of pulling 3,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds.
That's nothing. Yeah, I mean, my 5090 could handle that.
So surely you could put it on a tractor like that, running low RPMs, and like don't know. Yeah, which looking way into the future, 5 acres an hour. You need it on one of those autonomous machines.
Yeah,
it would just run nonstop.
Yeah, because a dude would fall asleep on that. That's got to be going super slow. How slow are you going? Let's see. What speed do you run?
Oh, this is going to take a lot of math. So 20 foot wide.
I'm gonna beat your math. It says 3 to 5 miles an hour, but that says for maximum accuracy. I figured it was slower than that.
Yeah,
but it's 20 foot wide. It says some crop setups push it closer to 6 miles per hour. But gosh, man, I've been spoiled with modern ag in the sense that, like, for reference, spraying, and I know this is the whole point of this thing would be to like eliminate the necessity of spraying, but like with my ground rig sprayer, in 40 minutes I can cover 50 acres.
Yeah, if you ran nonstop, it would take you 200 hours to cover 1,000 acres. So if you were going to put it over every acre of your 1,000 acre farm, so if 200 hours, I mean that's a little over 10 days.
So if you ran 10 hours a day,
well, a little over eight straight days. That'd be if you
never rested. Say a guy rested.
I mean, if you had I'm thinking way in the future, like you've got one of those autonomous rigs.
But you're
still gonna have to stop occasionally to fuel up. And,
yeah, but let's say
you can
don't
go by there at night, and fuel it before you go to bed. And
let's say you don't, though. Let's say you run it, so you run 10 hours a day, so it'd take you 20 days. That'd take you so long that I feel like by the time you'd complete, it would be time to start back over. I would kill myself.
I'm sure they're not using it on 1,000 acre patches. I mean,
it's probably a produce thing a bit more.
And organic, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I can see that, like, especially in the future, you could, not that I'm big on the electric thing, but you could probably have some type of electric tractor pull something that lightweight.
Yeah.
And, maybe they'd have the battery life, or just again one of those autonomous rigs. You just keep it fueled up.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's the kind of.
But then that's also account for no weather delays. I mean,
yeah. Man, I don't know.
Like around here, you get like 1 day to run, then 3 straight days of rain.
It's like, yes, we got a full day of running.
2 days of running.
We covered 40 acres today.
Then it stops raining, and it doesn't rain for 37 straight days, whatever we're at.
Yeah, but my big thing on that's so slow that you're not putting down a pre-emerge. So I mean, you're going to be constantly. I feel like you're going to be constantly battling new weed pressure.
Until you get everything canopied over, I guess.
Yeah,
just keep that thing running nonstop. You probably could go through a lot of fuel and wear that thing out.
I can't imagine the. I feel like it's obviously very early on with this thing. I mean, It's going to get better and more efficient and all that, but that's astronomically expensive.
That's what we're down to now that we don't got illegals. We can just send out there with a hoe.
Yeah, got to go to shooting out lightning bolts out of a thing, costing us.
When you can pay them $6 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang. Well, all right. Let me cue up the man. You got anything?
As far as a company to talk about?
Yeah.
Well, you mean other than our friends at Tractor Mat?
Yeah, we still got to have one of our made in USA.
Oh, no. I was just giving them another little extra shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that code, Talk Dirt, all caps, all one word.
Yeah, I figured I'd give them a shout for the end.
Of course, also our friends at Ag Zaga.
All right, here.
Which they got lots of made in USA stuff. I don't know if they have anything that I haven't covered. Where's my list? Oh, I do have one. Yeah.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
All right.
So.
Is it a dildo manufacturer?
I was thinking to myself, because I was like watching all those memes on that. I'm going to get a little off topic again. Shocker.
That's all right. We've been getting rowdy this episode.
Can you imagine there's like some poor factory like in India or China somewhere that makes these damn lime green dildos? That's like, holy shit.
That's our dildo out there.
No, they probably don't even know about it.
That's true, yeah.
Like they're working at some sweatshop. They're like, our orders are up like 1,500% just overnight. Like, what is going on?
Do you think the dildos out there has spiked to purchase? Do you think some people are seeing these dildos and be like, I got to have one of those?
Oh, I think you just got, I don't know. There's a lot of weird ass people out there, and a lot of these you know, everybody's a porn star now with the OnlyFans or whatever.
Dude,
so I imagine there's a lot of this shit gets sold anyway, more than I would probably care to know about.
Yeah.
But like, at first I was thinking, it's like there's some CEO somewhere, like in a boardroom, and they're like freaking out. They're like, "Holy shit, we weren't ready for our product to like literally part of the most viral thing happening in America in August of 2025. We got to pump these numbers up.
We need to get these dildos out the door."
Yeah, and then I was like, well, it's probably even worse for the poor guys that are in the factory making them. They're like, yeah, for years we've been shipping like, you know, just a couple of pallet loads of these a week, and now all of a sudden
it's like, get them dicks going, boys.
Wants a whole damn, like, you know, whatever
truckload of dildos. Yeah.
What's the big shipping container?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, e-box type things of them.
The Connex. They can't get them over here fast enough.
Do that.
Also, people can just throw them at WNBA players.
Yeah, well,
if any of our listeners have happened to be in that situation, which apparently there's been all kinds of people come forward and say that they're the ones doing it, but they're all just like clout chasing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. First of all, I would say throw them on the court. Don't try to hit anybody. I don't think you could probably hurt someone with it.
Hold on. If one of our listeners is going to do it, I want you to write "talk dirt to me" on the side of that dildo before you throw it out there. Can you imagine the coverage that would provide?
Hey, we need to get you a sticker.
Yeah, you need to put a sticker. Yeah, message us if you're going to chunk a dildo out there.
We're going to have 80 people message us for stickers.
Yeah.
And none of them are going to ever
Now, if they store it, I don't know how well our stickers are pretty high quality, so I'm thinking of like if they get their woman to smuggle it in, it might be a little damp. But our stickers are pretty high quality.
Oh, Lord, you're giving me visuals.
Mine's been rained on quite a bit on my toolbox out there. It still looks really good.
Yeah.
So I think it would hold up to the moisture. But yeah, message us if you're going to do that. We'll give you a sticker.
Way off.
But I'm about to keep going way off because you brought up something I was going to mention. And, you know, we cut up a lot on here, and look, we get a little rowdy sometimes. But Bobby Lee and I both are very much so men of faith. And I think that it's fine to be the way that we are. We're authentic. And people...
Well, and this is for an audience that's, you know, this conversation is not appropriate for all audiences.
That's right, and we say that.
We're very upfront about that.
Yeah, we say that. I mean, but we're genuine in who we are. And one of the things that blows my mind is OnlyFans. I have never paid for an OnlyFans. I will never pay for an OnlyFans. I can tell you that right now. But I'm in this group with some people on Instagram, and one of these guys, his friend, she has started an OnlyFans.
Oh, Lord.
And like, he was telling us, now this girl, she's been on TV. Like she's a very like a B or C level reality TV person. And she had, I don't know, she probably got 100,000 followers on socials. And so she's created one. Well, he was telling us today she has, in like a week, she's got 400 and something subscribers. And it said that she'll generate $15,000 a month just off of what she has right now. And I'm like, that's crazy, man. Like, and it just blows my mind.
Well, and again, I don't know if any of it's real, but like you see people say that they make way more than that on there.
Oh yeah, well that's
and so
yeah.
You part of you're like, man, I can see how these young girls get sucked into it.
It seems appealing to them, but it's terrible. I hate it. I'm like, man, this is like the every like even just moderately attractive person you see on Instagram. It's like if you go to their page, oh, they're gonna have OnlyFans, and I'm like, damn.
I work with all women, and most of them are younger than me, and some of them it's like, oh yeah, they know people personally that have them. I'm like, oh Lord.
See, that's crazy because I'm still, look, we say things that are inappropriate sometimes, joke, and it's out there forever. I'm okay with it because neither of us are naked on here, and like I'm not showing my wiener to the world. Like,
look, I mean, I feel like they're targeting the younger demographic.
Oh yeah.
Than me. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people my age and older that have those subscriptions, but like, if I just really need to see a set of titties on the internet, like,
just Google it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've never done that.
That's what this dude.
But I'm like, what's man? And part of me worries because we talk about the collapsing birth rate.
Yeah.
And, not just in most of the developed world, like pretty much everywhere other than, third world countries, like the birth rate's collapsing.
Because instead of going out and getting women pregnant, they're at home cranking it out.
Well, and instead of just doing that, but now they've actually like got a relationship with these girls. Cause
they'll message them.
Well, right, because I mean, of course, you're following them on Instagram. I guess when you're following them on OnlyFans or whatever, you mess. So like really, like they even get some of that, like, gratification. Beyond just.
Oh, that's what this dude. The dude who was telling us about it in the group, he's like, man, I wish I was a woman and had a big set of titties. I'd start an OnlyFans. And someone was like, well, what is so-and-so showing on hers? And he said, hell, I don't know. I've never paid for porn a day in my life. And
well, and like you talk about that, and like then it's like we're gonna have all these robots. Like, oh Lord, some of the
they're already
shit people are gonna be doing that stuff.
Yeah,
like just life's gonna cease to exist.
It is.
A couple more generations.
Well, I'm just like, man, come on, man. Like, have some morals. Like, that's the thing with me. And I don't start debates on there, but I'm like, hell, I still think that it's probably just not a good thing morally to be a sex worker. I mean, from a Christian standpoint, I just can't get on board with it.
No,
I mean,
and
that makes some people mad. They're like, well, sex work is work. And I'm like, oh, I don't doubt that some of them are working hard.
Oh, it's totally legal. And I mean,
yeah. But gosh, and my thing, like you said, a lot of the girls, it seems like they're like 20 years old. And I'm like, that's on there forever. Like, what you're doing is on there forever.
You can't believe anything you see on the internet, or about half of it, but I saw something the other day where a girl said she was at a restaurant and there was clearly a couple on a date next to her. It was like a first date. She's like, they were clearly very much into each other.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to be nosy, but just couldn't help. And they're like getting done with dinner, and the girl informs him, she's like, I do have an OnlyFans. and she said, he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. But she said you could just see the life just sucked out of his face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she probably made that shit up because it like went viral.
But that's true. That's got to be true though, to a degree,
or whatever.
Yep.
But I'm like, yeah.
Would you want every person like online just to be able to go look at your wife?
I did not have to worry about whenever I was dating girls like in college. Like, okay, they might have been in like a Playboy, like unlikely, what percentage, didn't have to worry about do they actually have a penis or did they at one time. But actually saying that, there was a young lady in vet school with my brother that had been in like the college edition of Playboy magazine.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'd have to go back and ask him if it was in his class or one of the like class before him or right after him. Yeah.
Well, that's what I just don't think I would. I don't want everybody to have seen my wife naked.
I could have run into it like a Playboy model. She probably wouldn't have been interested in me, even though I think my wife's plenty hot enough. She could have been, but like when I started dating my wife, I didn't have to worry about like, oh shit.
God, I hope she didn't have a penis.
Is she putting pictures of her, God knows what, on the internet for anybody with? Whatever.
I think about that. Like, I feel like some of these
subscription. I guess they have varying rates.
I'm sure. Shit, I don't know. I've never gone and paid myself.
Right.
But yeah,
as I'm sitting here saying that, like some random girl from Tipton County.
I know as much about that as I do cocaine.
Yeah, I would assume like a famous person could charge $100 a month, and
I think it's crazy.
Somebody from
money.
Drummond's, Tennessee, is probably like $2.99.
I'll joke with Marcy when we have a bad year. I'm like, damn, we're gonna have to start OnlyFans. Like, it's our only option.
But I'm like, you gotta do that. You can just sell feet pics.
Yes, yeah. Apparently, I think that'd be even better. I'm like, you ain't even got to show nothing. You ain't got to be naked.
We're so far from discussing a Made in USA product.
Well, there you go, guys. Just have some morals. I mean, damn. Yeah. Like, and look, if you're a woman or man that's listening, and you got OnlyFans, you feel really triggered. All I got to say is, look, you might be making a bunch of money. But what's the thing?
Well, people like Cheryl, it's like all these poor kids that are going to be in high school in the next
their moms
10,
are
years,
naked online.
All their buddies going to be like, oh God, I couldn't even imagine.
It's like, oh man, I was cranking it to your mom last night.
Used to people would just be like talking about whose mom was hot. Now it's like, oh yeah, you have the mom who is hot or who was a few years ago, and everybody's got naked pictures of her.
Yeah, I saw all kinds of videos of her online. Like, that would be horrible. So yeah, think about those kind of things, guys. I mean, the thing about the internet is forever, as they say. So whatever's out there, it's out there. So remember that. next time you think about taking a picture and posting it online or a video. I think a lot of them are videoing, but and again, I understand that the money and all that, but what's the verse? What's the Bible verse about gaining the world but losing your soul?
Yeah,
that's basically the way I kind of feel that what they're doing. So, all right, what is the company?
So the company is AgraFab.
Does this follow good? Does this blend well with the OnlyFans discussion we were having?
I don't think it does at all. I really don't even remember. We got to talk about the WNBA situation, and
that's right. That's right.
But yeah, I needed a tiny little fertilizer spreader.
Okay.
Like for fertilizing my food plot and like spreading just some broadcasting some seed.
Yeah.
Went up here to our local hat ads. Always love shopping local. Even better when you shop local and buy made in the USA. But yeah, AgraFab, just agri-fab.com. They've got all kinds of spreaders.
How big are they? Do they get pretty good size?
So I think I got the 85-pound capacity.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to put more in a bag of fertilizer. Like they're for very,
like your garden and stuff.
Yes. Maybe your yard. I would have probably gone with a bigger one if I was doing my whole yard.
Now, what's their biggest one they show on there?
185 pound.
Okay, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. They got some seeders and aerators and different things. So
nice. AgraFab.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. Y'all check out AgraFab. It's Agri, AGRI-FAB. Check those out. And also, while you're doing that, you need to check out Tractor Mat. Go to tractormat.com. Get your mat for your tractors. Don't be a filthy bastard and put your mat in there and you can clean it out. If you're going to shoot some OnlyFans content in your tractor, you want the cab clean.
Yeah, then you could probably pay for that tractor.
Then you could pay for it off of that. So, but you use the code TALKDIRT, all caps, all one word. You get 15% off on that.
Agzaga.com, all the good stuff. I've still got to put up my electric fence. I've got to get that done this weekend because I use my AgraFab spreader to fertilize my food plot, but my cows just keep getting in there. So I got to stop that. Yeah, the electric. Just about anything you need for the on-farm use. Bayonet wrap's always going to be a big one, but Talk Dirt $20 off a $50 minimum order. That also gets you free shipping.
Yep.
Do
it, guys. Leave us those ratings. Leave us those reviews. Go to talkdirtpodcast.com. Submit your questions on the contact page.
Hey, and so this will be episode 198. So obviously next week, you don't have to be real good at math to say that'll be 199. Then what comes after that?
The big 200. We got something pretty cool planned.
Yeah, I think Logan.
Hold on, don't reveal it.
No, I'm not going to reveal it. I'm just saying Logan had that idea. I was like, yes, that's it. So, of course, anytime we're scheduling things and whatnot, it's always subject to change. But got a good one planned for the big 200th episode.
Yeah, we got a couple WNBA stars that are going to come and be on the show with us.
Yes. And if you're watching, you might have to subscribe to our OnlyFans.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. They might bring a dildo. You never know.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we've gone way off the rails. I can promise.
There will be no dildos on episode 200.
There'll be no nudity.
Yes. But this is something that we don't want to give away too many hints because this is
we're looking forward to it. And when he said that, do that for 200, I said yes. That's no doubt it.
Yep.
But anyway, we will catch y'all next week.
See ya.